Alright, hello there. In this video I'm going to go over this project here, the reading students from the TextFile project. And again, I encourage you to really have dived into this and give it your best shot before watching this video, right? Because I think part of the learning process is to struggle and give it everything you got and then only use this if you're stuck, okay? And furthermore, if you're using this to get unstuck, I would try everything you can. Kind of follow along the video and pause at certain points and try to add in the pieces on your own instead of just copying down what I do or whatever. So at any rate, the first thing you need to do is get this file. You just click on it, copy and paste that code into Eclipse. So it should look like, let's see if I can get in here. It should look like this. Okay, and you're more or less going to follow along the comments in this and add your code based on what the comments say. But you're also going to need a file, a text file. And you could create it manually, but I guess I already kind of made one, students.txt. And it's just got like 3 students in here. And how this is separated is, I think this is their name, this is if they're cool or not, and this is how many dates they've gone on. So you can see Mac here, he's cool, he's gone on 15 dates or whatever. Okay, and you need to put that file in a specific spot so your program knows how to find it. Okay, and where you want to put that is you want to put it at your workspace. So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to go to my desktop. Here's my workspace. I'm going to go to Chapter 11 Programs, and it needs to be right here. Okay, not inside the source of the bin folder, but right at this sort of project level. And you can click on it and just see, it should be here. You need to just like download it and put it in this spot. Okay, and you should be able to see that in Eclipse too. If you hit refresh in Eclipse in your kind of file explorer, if you refresh all this, and then go down here, you should see it. So here's students text, and that's the same file I had. I'm not sure if you might be able to even edit it in here, it looks like. Yeah, I think you can even edit. That's kind of cool. And then just save it. I didn't even know you could do that. But yeah, you can edit it right in here. I'll just make sure it's right at that level. Okay, and then you're all set. Now you just need to do the comments. Okay, and so this is all the setup. It tells you all about it. Here's what's in the file, which we were just looking at. And then there's 2 kind of pieces where you put it in multiple arrays and put it in one array. And so I'm not sure which one. I guess I'll do the multiple first. So basically, if you do multiple, you're going to have one array list for their names, which will be an array list of strings, Billy, Mac, Buddy. And then you have an array list of booleans for these isCool booleans. And then this is their num dates. And so you just have to make the different types of arrays. So the first one is string. So you just do array list of strings, call it like names equals new array list, string. Alright, that's just creating an array list. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here, except these are going to be Boolean objects. And you do have to use the uppercase B Boolean here. It's one of those wrapper classes because you can't have primitives right here in your array list type. So Boolean, and then isCool, I don't even know. I guess we could call it like cool status. Oh yeah, it's right there. Cool status equals new array list of booleans, parentheses. Okay, and then here's dates. Those are ints. So I'm going to do array list. And again, you have to use the wrapper class here. Dates equals new array list integer. Okay, so now we got the array list, and now we just want to populate them from that file. So there's the file we're reading from, which is that students.txt, which we put in our file explorer right there. It should match exactly. Okay, and then it creates the scanner, so we're just going to scan that file. And then basically, while the scanner still has next line, so it's going to read text, and it's all going to be in one line. Okay, so it's all looks like that. The data separated by commas, all in one line. So in order to strip out like each piece, the name, the isCool, and the num dates, we have to do that split. Okay, and what we're going to use is split. See if you can figure out what do you split on. I can go back to our split notes here. But what would we want to split on? If our data looks like like that, Billy, comma, false, comma, 0. Okay, and hopefully you can answer at this point that you're going to split based on the comma. All right, so I'm going to read the data. So I'm going to do string, like a line of data. I guess I could just call it data. Well, maybe I'll just make it line. I'm going to call sc.next line. Okay, and then I need to use the split to get the different pieces of data. So I'm going to make a string array called data, and I'm just going to call line.split on the comma. Okay, and again, the reason for that, oops, not a period, a comma. Okay, and the reason is our data is separated by commas in that file. Maybe I should load that file up here so we can see it. There it is. So we can see it's separated by commas. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So we split it up, and then we have to put each one in the different array list. So we have one called names. So we're going to put the name there. I'm going to do names.add, and I'm going to do from data position 0, because the name is always in position 0 of our data. It's the first thing. It's right there. Okay, and then we just add the other one. So we have that cool statuses array, and I'm going to add to that data position 1. Okay, and it's yelling at me because it needs to be a Boolean. And right now, all of this comes out as strings. Even though these are ints and these are like Booleans, it comes out as a string. So we've got to call that Boolean.parse Boolean. So Boolean.parse Boolean. Okay, and then same thing for the int, because the numDates one is integers. So I think it was just called dates. If you forget, it's right up here. It's called dates right there, array list of integers. So I'm going to do dates.add, and then I'm going to call integer.parse int of data position 2, semicolon. Okay, and that is it. I think we've populated it all. We close the scanner here, and then if it can't find that file, you could have just used straight exception here too, but if you can't find that file, this actually just prints out the error trace. Interesting. That's maybe a little different than how I did it in the lesson in class, but it's more or less the same idea. Okay, and then if we did it right, so this is just going to print out these arrays. These are the names of our arrays, and if we did it right, it should look like that. So I'm going to try to run it here and see if it does that. And it looks like it does. That looks great. And then it's blown up down in this part, because this part we haven't done yet, so it's going kaboom. Oh yeah, I'm surprised it even ran, because this doesn't even compile yet. But anyways, the first part is working, it looks like. Okay. Okay. Then let's go to put it in one array. And it's going to be very, very similar, except we are only going to have one array list of student type objects. Just realized that I never got the student.java from the Google Drive 2, so make sure you click on that file and just place it in the same thing as your other file. So I'm just going to copy and paste that code and get it into Eclipse. So I have, here's my reading files homework, and then I have student.java right next to it. And again, along with that text file sort of in the project level down here. Okay, so now that I got student in there, now I can actually make an array list of students here. So it's basically going to be like this, except have student here. So now I'm doing the one where I read it into multiple, into one array list. So I'm going to do my array list this time of student objects. Call it students or whatever. And then parentheses, semicolon. And then this is the same. We're reading the same file, making a new scanner. While it has next, we read the line. which is this all the data with separated by comment. So I'm going to do string line equals sc dot next line. Okay, and again, that's going to be one. It's going to be Billy, comma, false, comma, 0. And we got to use the split with the comma to get that data out. Okay, so I'm going to call string data I'm going to make an array list of data, and I'm going to call line.split based on the comma, split it by comma, and then to create the new student and add it to the array list, I'm just going to do student, and new student equals, no, I'm just going to call student s, and then I'm going to do new student, and then just pass in the data. So data position 1 would be the name, and I think if you look at the student constructor here, let's take a look. So the student constructor takes, and we're going to probably use this one, where it takes in the name, if it's cool or not, and the number of dates. So we're just going to pass it in that order: name, cool, dates. Okay, so back in here, I'm going to do data position 0, and then I'm going to make a new line because it's going to get messy here. But I'm going to have to turn it into a Boolean again. So I'm going to have to call Boolean.parse Boolean. The second piece of data is actually still a string, but I'm going to turn it into a Boolean. And then the third piece is an integer, which is the number of dates. So I'm going to call parse int on data position 2, which is always going to be the dates thing. Okay, and I'll give you one more look again at the data here. Right, this third thing is an integer, which represents the number of dates. So it's going to come out as a string. I'm going to turn it into an integer and then pass that into the constructor for my student object right there. Okay, and once I create the student, I just add it to my array list, which I think is just called students. So I'm going to call students.add that student. Okay, and then this ends the, let's see, the while loop, and then we close the scanner, and then this ends the try catch, where if it can't find the file, it'll just print the stack trace, and then now it'll print out information about each student. Right, I think it'll just run the toString in student right here, so it'll print out that data about each student as we loop through here, except it does not like students here. What the crap. So I create the array list there. Oh, maybe I just had to save it. Now it's okay. Now it knows the array list is there, and runs through and print them. So now if I run it, there's the first part, and here's the second part. Looks like it's working. We've seen Billy is not cool, 0 dates. Mac is cool, true, 15 dates. And Buddy is cool, is false. And the number of dates is -3. And so that should show up here. And again, if you want to change this, let's say Buddy has a good day here. He starts going on some dates. He gets up to 30 dates. So now he's definitely going to be cool. And he's going to change his name to Cool Buddy here. So now we can try running it again and see if it reads that new data correctly. So you can see there's Cool Buddy. He is cool, and he's gone on 30 dates. So it looks like it's reading from that file correctly. Okay, and really that was the point of this, is to practice reading it and being able to, call while it has next, read that line, and then call split the data, and then populate it with the student. Okay, that is all. Thank you for watching.